Have you been in there?
I have.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Inside Track. I've got a special guest tonight, and I thank Dr. Dave Aderholdt for coming in because he is a busy, busy man. Dr. Dave, good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
And you got all my friends. You got the Myerses, and you got the Tony Cerace and Orowskis. And the good thing for Dr. Dave is he is jammed, and that says a lot for you. It really does.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So let's talk about growing up in Millville. I know you were a star athlete. Where did you go to grammar school?
So I started off, we went to Silver Run for elementary school. We started off, you remember Culver School was open?
Yes.
And they ended up closing. We had that like half a year in the churches too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I think I was like first grade or second grade, something like that. And then I did Silver Run up through 7th.
Did you have Mrs. Finelli?
I did not have Mrs. Finelli. My younger brother had Mrs. Finelli.
She was a sweetheart.
Yep.
I used to go read to her kids and stuff like that.
Yep.
That is real. So I guess after there, did you go to Lakeside?
Nope, nope.
Just
I
went to
went to the junior high for
that's right,
what was that?
yeah.
That was 8th and 9th grade, and then the senior high for 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I taught at the junior high. When I taught there, it was 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's what we had as a junior high. And then, of course, eventually, the new high school had opened, obviously. So what was your favorite subject?
I was always a science and math guy. Definitely was a science and math guy. So that kind of started off, you know, at Silver Run School. I had Mrs. Ames was my like 5th grade, 6th grade math teacher, and she, you know, I guess she saw something in me and gave me some of that advanced math work, and off to the you know races it was with that. So that kind of you know inspired me that you know could do something a little bit more than you know what I was doing. So or you know aspirated to do. So you know ever since then I was kind of like you know let's become a doctor. Let's do that.
Wow.
See how that works out.
You decided that young?
Oh yeah. When I was young, yeah. I always tell everybody the joke. I say, please don't shoot me, Pastor Myers, but I always tell everybody the joke was like, you know, growing up in Millville, you know, Millville's a blue-collar town, right? So, you know, the only guys that I ever got to see in a shirt and tie was the pastor or the doctor. So I was like, I'm not becoming a pastor. that wasn't in the cards for me, really. So I became a doctor instead.
A good one, but we're glad we need doctors, that's for sure. It is amazing. I mean, when you think about it, I was telling Dr. Aderholdt, my primary care physician for 27 years has been Dr. Connolly, and she's booked, you're booked. It's very, very tough to get in to see a physician because you're so much needed. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, is this because people are aging? What do you think?
Yeah, I think, you know, this area, especially Cumberland County, we're in a bit of a transition time, right? So we have a lot of these older doctors. You said, you know, like Dr. Baptist is your
Yeah,
cardiologist. We
right.
have a lot of these older doctors that are kind of, you know, getting to that retirement age. And,
Yeah.
you know, we're kind of passing that baton off to some of the younger docs coming in. And I think, you know, honestly, I think that's why Inspira created the, you know, residency program, you know, to try to train the doctors here and try to raise them here, and then hopefully some of them stick around here. So far I think it's kind of worked out, but we still need more to stick around, I think.
Do you know David Shields?
Yep. No, Dave
He's
Shields
sort
well.
of cutting back too.
Yep. He's cutting back. His brother, Jack Shields,
already
he's
retired.
cutting back too. He's
Yeah.
getting ready to retire too at some
Yeah.
point soon too.
Well,
so.
I got to do Dave's wedding.
Did you?
I did.
Very nice.
Yeah, what a great guy, and you know, but like I think he's maybe down to 2 or 3 days a week. Or something.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, it's part of the process. Do you happen to know? Speaking of doctors, I have 2 very favorite doctors. Dr. Roy, who's my cancer doctor, and Dr. Attia.
Yep. Dr. T, a surgeon.
Oh man, I love that guy. You know
Excellent
what? If
surgeon.
it wasn't for him, Dave, I wouldn't be alive.
Yeah.
Because I was 300 pounds 18, 20 years ago. And now you don't find people in their 70s that are 300 pounds. And he really helped me, and it worked out very well. I had sleeve surgery.
Yeah.
First I had lap band, that failed. Then I had the sleeve surgery. And I'm down 125 pounds from, you know, when he took care of me, and I feel great. So I think about that. And folks, now the good thing is, Dave, Do you recommend the Mounjaro or the stuff for weight
Oh yeah,
loss?
we use them a ton. I mean, you know, out of the patients I see, probably half the patients I see, I'm prescribing them to in the office. Those medications have really blown up.
Well, you know, it's interesting you say that. One night I was in the emergency room for what? And there's about 30 people in the emergency room. And I'm looking around, and of the 30 people, 20 were obese.
Yeah.
You know, and even myself, I'm borderline obese, even though I've lost 125 pounds. And that's one of the problems, and the damage that does with sugar and all the things that go along with that. So it is, really, I'm glad you Oh, the other thing Dr. Attia said to me, to his credit, it's really cut into his business. He did 300 of these lap bands, or the
Gastric sleeves.
Yeah, 300. Now he's down to 100 because he's started them on to Mounjaro.
Yep.
What's the other one?
Yep, Mounjaro. So Mounjaro's the diabetic form of the
okay.
injection. Zepbound is the weight loss form. We also have Wegovy, which and Ozempic,
Yeah, I've heard
which
those
are,
advertised on TV.
are the same medication. So they both have an indication for either diabetes or weight management there. So we write a lot of those medications in the office. They're pretty popular. The thing is, we struggle in this area as far as insurance coverage a lot of times. That's
Yeah.
probably our number one barrier to writing these medications is the insurance coverage, which, a lot of times, with the underserved community that we serve here, they have either uninsured or underinsured, and, these a lot of times the Medicaid insurance doesn't cover for these medications, which is a real shame because, it can really be a life changer for a lot of people.
Well, in fact, a relative of mine is struggling with that too because of her not having the proper medical, forms. She was telling me $350 for a certain amount. This was a funny situation. I'm on cancer pills. I have been now for like 3 months.
Yeah.
And the first prescription was $1,875. Luckily, I have a $2,000 Aetna, so when I hit the $2,000 cutoff, then
You got your
it became
deductible.
free. Yeah, but deductible that goes with it. But it is tough. It's like you said, there's a lot of people that don't have the really good medical insurance that they need because of the lack of resources. And we are still one of the poorest counties in the state, that's
Yep.
for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, it works out. But anyway, we're talking with Dr. David Aderholdt, who has been a star in the city of Millville before he even became a doctor. And we're going to talk about his stardom in sports right after these messages.
New Jersey Motorsports Park. Experience the adrenaline rush of go-karting on our challenging tracks, with arrive and drive sessions, available for all skill levels. Looking for something even more daring? Try your hand at axe throwing, and see if you can hit the bullseye. After a day of excitement, relax at the Finish Line Pub Restaurant, and enjoy delicious food and drinks. Group experiences are also available, so bring your friends and family. For an unforgettable adventure, visit njmp.com to learn more and book your experience today.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Coffee. Ah, the smell of fresh roasted coffee beans. The aroma, the taste, and the warmth of a fresh hot cup of coffee. It gets the day going. It's a daily ritual for many people. Imagine how much more a fresh taste of God in the morning would get your day off to a great start. Come visit us. We'll tell you how. New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
Welcome back to Inside Track. My special guest is Dr. David Aderholdt. And one of the things that Dave was known for, and I do remember one of the positions he played in football because I covered the team when he was playing, and it was a wide receiver. The other position?
Safety. Played safety. I played free safety at defense. Me and Coach Hogan's were good buddies when I was playing. I think it was funny because, I was tall, lanky guy. I was probably about 130 pounds soaking wet. So, I wasn't the most physical guy on the football field, but I think that Coach Hogan knew, I had a little bit of a brain up there. So, I always joke with everybody again, and, Coach Hogan would say, listen, Dave, just stay back there and line up everybody where they need to be. Just make sure everybody is where they need to be.
You're the brains of the outfit.
Yeah. You just stay in the back. Just hang out in the back. Just make sure everybody else is where they need to go.
So how was your seasons when you played?
We were not very good, my seasons. I think I remember my senior year, we were like maybe only 2 wins, 2-6, 2-7, and we lost against Vineland, which is like a big no-no. We can't do that. Yeah. So it was a little bit of a disappointing football season, but honestly, I had an absolute blast playing football. And to be honest with you, from a point of just, being, mentally tough and being organized and all those things, all that stuff came from playing football, from Millville. I mean, a lot of the traits that I still carry today, just being earlier to where I am, just caring about what I'm doing, all that kind of stuff came from football, all those characteristics.
Fantastic.
Baseball, we were a little bit better in baseball. We did pretty well my senior year in baseball. So where
did you play position?
I was a pitcher. I was left-handed pitcher in baseball.
Great.
So, we had a nice lineup. We had some nice hitters. We had some nice pitchers. My senior year, so we went into the state playoffs.
That's great.
Pretty good. So it was a nice time.
Roy Hollenbeck, you said, was your coach.
Yep, Coach Hollenbeck was the coach. Quick story too, with when I started seeing Coach Serace as a patient, I said, Coach Serace, you probably don't remember me from high school at all. I said, but I do remember you because he was the athletic director at the time, and it was our state playoff game against Washington. I think it was Washington Township or Cherry Hill. It was Cherry Hill. And I'm in the middle, I have my AP classes, doing calculus and doing, science stuff. And I get called out of the class. It's like, Coach Serace wants to see you in his office. I said, oh, no, I'm like getting called to the principal's office. This is like, this is awful. So I get to his office and he says, Dave, this is a big game. You're starting the game pitching. This is a big game.
Oh, wow.
I said, geez, way to put a lot of weight and pressure onto a guy. We ended up losing that game against Cherry Hill. No matter what I threw up to those kids from Cherry Hill, man, they were knocking it off the back post. They were hitting home runs and everything off the fence. So but it was great. It was really fun playing both baseball and football in high school.
So did you play Little League baseball?
Yep, played Little League baseball. Yep, we went through the National League.
I went through the American.
Yep, went through National League and all that stuff. It's awesome now because my son now is 7, and I'm coaching him.
Oh, that's good.
Playing baseball now. We're doing coach pitch, so we just started fall ball up, and he loves it. I think it's just carrying that love of the game on.
Yeah.
Because again, when I was in Little, I was not very good when I was in Little League. I kind of peaked when I hit puberty and got into high school, and I started getting pretty good with baseball. So even the kids that are not very good, I say, listen, just love it, just like it. Enjoy yourselves because you never know what's going to happen later. You may not be very good right now, but things can change later. You find that spark.
It surprised me when I was very active with, well, I have an older son, and I have a son about your age, and I have one that's 15 years older than you. And when I had my oldest son, we were Millville American, and Millville National was still there. And we played, this was neat too, David. We played for the city championship.
Yep.
And we were under construction. We beat Mall Brothers, whoever it was, from the National League. And what was very nice, and it's a shame they got away from that, we got to go up to that stadium. I got to put the kids down on the field, hit ground balls to them. This is 1980.
Oh, that's cool.
Where you got Pete Rose, Mike Schmidt, all the
big
people,
names.
the kids met. And even to this day, I used to do a newspaper story on former athletes. Johnny Spaeth was one of them. And he said, Mr. Quinn, he said, I've done all kinds of things in my life, but the highlight of my life was beating Pete Rose and Mike Schmidt and all that, and that was very neat. And we actually did it 2 years in a row. We won 80 and 81, but somehow they got away from that. So I don't know what, that situation was, but the sad fact now, you must see it, there's only one Little League left.
Yeah.
Nationals gone.
Yep.
Is it because kids are going to travel ball, you think, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a lot that goes into it. I see in our town, we live in Pittsgrove now, and, we go through the Elmer system and stuff. Everybody in Pittsgrove plays soccer. I mean, I think
Yeah,
that
that's what's happened
soccer
here,
is such
yeah.
a huge sport right now with the kids, and I think a lot of kids gravitate towards that a little
Yeah.
bit more than baseball even. But again, I mean, regardless, I mean, whether it's baseball, whether it's soccer, just keeping the kids active
Yeah.
and finding something that they love and that they really enjoy doing, I think that's the most important part. So, whether my kid went into soccer or whether he likes to go into baseball, as long as he's having fun, he's being active, that's the most important part.
It is, yeah. My grandchildren are 8 and 10, and they chose soccer. And, and I found when I was doing Little League, the thing that was a little bit frustrating was we didn't compete with soccer, because soccer would do fall, we'd do spring.
Yep.
And soccer started doing almost all year round. So
Yep.
it's like, okay, we're losing some of them out there. And it is sad to see. I mean, at one point we had 12 Little League teams, 6 in National, 6 in America, plus Farm League teams. So a lot of kids were playing baseball. But like you said, a lot of them are now playing soccer, and they enjoy that. Did you play in the midget football league?
No, I did not play in a midget football league. Yeah, I didn't get into football until we got into high school. I don't think my parents wanted me to have too many concussions before I got, to the age of 16. So,
That was smart. Thanks.
so they cut me out of football until I got a little bit older, and I think that's kind of where my interest peaked for football too. So, I think it was fun playing football in high school.
What did your dad do for a living?
My dad, he was a machinist. So just up until recently, he just retired this past year. He was working down in the industrial park in Millville, still
that's
working.
good.
My mom, she was a bus driver for a school in Millville, so she just retired in the last couple of years
That's
too.
super.
So I think both of them. Again, just growing up in Millville, everybody's from Millville, everybody's from here. My wife's parents too, they're still here in Millville.
What's
so.
your wife's?
My wife's maiden name is Wallace. So Keith Wallace, my father-in-law, he was pharmacist over at Walgreens for
Yeah.
the longest time, and he retired a few years. And Patty Wallace, she's still going. She's loss prevention for Wawa. She does corporate work for Wawa.
That's good.
Doing that. So everybody's still here in Millville. The family's still here. So we still consider, even though we live over in Pittsburgh, we still consider Millville home.
So your boys will go to Shalleck.
Yeah. Yep. Shalleck. So yeah, I have a 9-year-old daughter, and my son is 7. So yeah, both of them will end up going to Shalleck.
Well, I'll tell you, Pittsgrove's a great township, and Elmer's a great community as well. Jimmy Higbee, what's he say? Hi, Doc. Glad to see he's watching from Myrtle Beach. Oh, gee, I got to mention, watching. People from all over the country watch. And
That's awesome.
I want to wish a happy birthday to Linda Duffy. Linda is in Houston, and tomorrow actually is Linda's birthday. I said, Linda, I'm not going to be on the air tomorrow, but I'm going to wish you a happy birthday today. And Linda has a beautiful daughter, Alexia Roy, and Alexia will be celebrating her birthday on Tuesday the 16th, and just 2 super people. And happy birthday to both of them. What's your birthday do?
Next month, October 10th.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Now, let me tell you, this guy does not look his age. Come on. He's trying to tell me he's 41. He looks like he's 25 or 30.
Going to be 41 next month. 41.
Whatever you're doing a good job.
I hope so.
Why you
The kids keep me young, and working keeps me young, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now, how many hours a week do you put in?
Too many. I usually get up, my day starts at like 5 a.m. I usually get up at 5 a.m. and I get right on the computer and I'm answering messages, labs, refilling scripts. The pharmacies probably hate me because they start seeing scripts come in right around 5 o'clock in the morning. But 5 a.m. and I start pre-charting all my patients. I get the day going, and go through 5, 6 o'clock whenever the day is done.
So you got a 12-hour day.
Yeah,
Wow.
at least every day. Yeah.
Now, do you get much sleep?
Yeah, I get sleep. That's, to be honest with you, the blessing that I have is that as soon as I get out, like I said, I coach my son with Little League. I'm there for all my daughter's dance recitals. Like family is number one. The job comes second. But I do love my patients. I take care of my patients. But family comes first, and I am blessed that I get to get out of the job, get to the family stuff right after that. So
That's great. It really is.
always on the run.
Yeah. Well, David, I hear great things about you, and from the time you were an athlete to it's wonderful to have someone that we all looked up to for what you were able to do in school to come back and to be a medical doctor in the town,
Yeah.
which is nice, coming
Yeah.
back to our community. And boy, I tell you, they built the building you're in the Union Lake, well, they bought the building, Union
Yeah.
Lake Crossing Shopping Center.
Yep.
I brought that shopping center to Millville when I was the mayor. And I'm telling you what, as you know, it's jammed. I'm
Oh,
so
yeah.
happy to see
Oh, yeah.
all the activity. And of course, the Spirit
busy.
really helped push it up because they took one of those big empty buildings.
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, to be honest with you, that was always my plan, to go to medical school and
Wow.
become a doc. But I always did want to come back home to practice. That was always my goal because I always, everybody that does know me that knows that I always give thanks to all my teachers, everybody that I grew up with, coaches, everybody. So that's one of those things that I always want to do is just come back and give back in whatever way that I can.
Yeah, well, you've certainly done a lot. And all I hear from everybody that goes to Dr. Dave, how much they love him. And you can see the great personality he has and the care that he's going to give you. But unfortunately, you're not going to get in. But, but that's good for you that you have such a phenomenal practice. And a lot of the doctors do. But how many years have you been practicing?
So graduated medical school in 2013, and then 3 years of residency. 2016 I was out. So since 2016, so almost
years.
like nine, almost 10 years here.
Wow, that's fantastic.
I've been practicing on my own. So.
Okay, yeah, weren't you down across from like Plaza?
Yeah,
down through-
initially we were at, this practice actually originated from Dr. Mintz's old practice.
Oh, okay.
So he ended up moving over to where the dialysis center is, right across the street from
Right.
CVS on
Yes.
High Street there. And we actually initially, when I first started, we had a smaller portion of that office building, and we had only maybe like 3 patient rooms. I mean, we grew out of that really, really quick. And then we moved down to the other side of the dialysis center, and I think we had 10 or 12 patient rooms. And then eventually grew out of that too, and now we have our office building. Now we have 23, 24 patient rooms. I mean, we have a big office, and it's busy every day. It's busy in there.
I'm sure, yeah. Now, the interns, what are they allowed to do?
So from our standpoint, right? So anybody that graduates medical school, you have your certificate. You're a doctor, right? So I think a lot of times they get a bad rep. I was an intern resident before, when I first started. So once you graduate medical school, you have that certificate. You're a physician. You got for family medicine, you have 3 years to master your craft of family medicine. So your first year is always considered your intern year, and then after that, your resident. You're considered your resident years. So through 3 years of residency, these are your last 3 years to learn everything that you can about family medicine to take care of your patients out on your own. So these guys are doctors. They're qualified physicians that are seeing patients. So they're allowed to do everything under my supervision.
I
So
see. Okay.
so they're able and to do all aspects of medicine. So from prescribing meds to everything, but all of it is under a supervising physician because again they're still considered in training, but they are a physician. They're a doc in training.
I don't know about you, but I find, like I said, I've gone to Dr. Connolly for 27 years.
Yeah.
She has a nurse practitioner. Do you have many of those?
Yeah, so my wife is actually a physician assistant. She's considered a mid-level. So physician assistants, nurse practitioners, very similar. And again, a lot of times if they're practicing medicine, they're basically able to do the same things that physicians are doing.
Yeah.
So again, I think a lot of times that our mid-level practitioners get a bad rep too, just because they're not doctors, right? But they're able to do everything that a doctor's able to do. To be honest with you, a lot of times I feel like my wife does a better job than I do with patients.
Can she prescribe medicine?
Yep, prescribe any kind of medicines. Yep, do everything that I do in the office. Yep.
That's great.
Yep.
Wow, what a nice team that
Yeah.
works out. My granddaughter's a nurse practitioner. She just graduated from the University of Delaware. Dave was a heck of a man. Millville's blessed to have him, and that's from Eric Goss. Okay, Eric. Well, I think everybody agrees. Dave, do you ever think about running for mayor of Millville?
Anybody that knows it, I'm not a very political guy. I'm a guy that puts my head down, and I'm a worker. I've always been a worker. I put my head down, and I do what's right for people. And politics has never been a thing for me. I leave that stuff to the side.
That would certainly be a waste of your time with all your talent. We're talking with Dr. David Aderholdt. who is a family physician located in the Union Lake Crossing Shopping Center, where he's got a whole bunch of interns with him. And we'll be back to talk more right after these messages.
New Jersey Motorsports Park. Experience the adrenaline rush of go-karting on our challenging tracks, with arrive and drive sessions, available for all skill levels. Looking for something even more daring? Try your hand at axe throwing, and see if you can hit the bullseye. After a day of excitement, relax at the Finish Line Pub Restaurant, and enjoy delicious food and drinks. Group experiences are also available, so bring your friends and family. For an unforgettable adventure, visit NJMP.com to learn more and book your experience today.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community. Local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Coffee. Ah, the smell of fresh roasted coffee beans. The aroma, the taste, and the warmth of a fresh hot cup of coffee. It gets the day going. It's a daily ritual for many people. Imagine how much more a fresh taste of God in the morning would get your day off to a great start. Come visit us. We'll tell you how. New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
Welcome back to the Inside Track. My special guest tonight is Dr. David Aderholdt, who is a homegrown person from Millville that's become a fabulous physician and is very, very popular. And this is how many years, Dave?
It's nine years, almost 10 years here.
Yeah, wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I did if you count my residency, I mean, it's even more than that, almost 12 years, you know, because I did my residency here with Inspira too.
Oh, okay, through
My
Inspira.
3 years, yeah.
Now, are you an employee of Inspira?
Yes, I am a contracted employee through Inspira.
A
Yep.
lot of people are. I mean,
Yes.
Just about.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
Even I think Dave Shields switched over. He
Correct.
Was independent
Correct.
for a while as well. And yeah, I was telling Dr. Dave that I've been blessed. I've got super doctors. I really have. And you know, Dr. Attia, and Dr. Baptist, and Dr. Shields, and Dr. Connolly, and Dr. Salome, who was with Complete Care. And you know, it really works out. You didn't happen to know George Caracca, did you?
No, not
He played
really
football,
well.
but he was a lot older than you.
Yeah.
I started covering Millville football in 1968, 69. Yeah, and I gave it to Rich Van Noord when I became the mayor in 1997. But it was something, it was neat to be able to cover. Oh, speaking of that, tell everybody what you're doing for the football team.
Yeah, so Dr. Seth Silver, he's an
Yeah.
orthopedic surgeon. He was the Millville team doc for a very long time.
Probably
Even
you
when
were,
I was
right?
playing,
Yeah.
he was the Millville team doc. Man, I've been waiting for a long time for him to retire. So as soon as I got word that he retired, I reached out to Tony Cervase and whoever I could that was involved with Millville sports, Dave Lagumba and everybody, and said, hey, listen, if you guys are looking for a doc for that position, like I've been waiting for this position. This is a position that I've been waiting for. I was actually asked to, from other townships around the area to be their team family doc. I said, team doc. I said, I listen, I'm holding out for the Millville job. I'm holding out for the Millville football job.
Well, I was there at the Hall of Fame thing they had last year when Seth Silver said he was resigning. So we're all saying, oh God, I hope David takes the job. So, now, do you have to go to the away games too?
No, I don't have to go to the away games, but I really enjoy going to the games. I think it's awesome
Yeah.
to see the kids and help out wherever I can. Really, I think my responsibilities are really for the home games. But even sometimes they're playing away games and they may not have a sideline doc that's there. So I just want to make sure that I'm there, available, and again, take in the game. I mean, it's really fun to, like I said, to watch the kids and see the Friday night lights again.
Yeah. Well, what a wonderful. I don't know if you ever met Tony Trongone, former superintendent of school, but to his credit, he really upgraded Wheaton Field, and the lights, and all the things there. And the artificial turf, which is great.
Yeah.
It's like,
Field really looks nice.
Yeah, it does. It very much does. And this year we're not doing real well. We've lost the first couple games, but hopefully we'll come back. I was telling Ryan Narowski, who's our producer, this week we play Mainland.
Yep.
And Mainland has got the worst press box in South Jersey. For all the years I did the games, my first game of doing play-by-play, I sat in the stands. This was radio, doing play-by-play radio. Had one of my sales guys hold the program this way, the other one this way, and I'm doing play-by-play by myself because the color commentator was sick. And then another one I did at Mainland, Charlie Hope was doing the camera. This was TV, and we were on a scaffolding. It was freezing. So, and this year we're going, and we are allowed one camera up on top of the press box. So that's it. Ryan has to go and take the tables and put them behind the stands. Rich Van Doort and the color commentator got to do the games by watching them on monitors. And that doesn't make sense because that's a wealthy community.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like Clayton. This is a funny story, Dave. I did Delsey Clayton football years back on radio, and they'll talk to the athletic director about coming to do the game. And he's talking about his press box. Okay, yeah, you're the athletic director. So anyway, I get there, the press box is twice the size of a phone booth. And he built it. That's why it was his press box. He built it. But of course, luckily, it's only me and my color commentator, so there was enough room for the two of us to be there. But that was part of the fun of all these years that I had the opportunity to do football and things like that. And generally, Millville, over all those years, has had a really good team.
Yeah.
Now, you said that one year you only won a couple games.
Yeah, we only won a couple games. Yep.
But you must have won some in your other years, right?
Yeah, I think so. I really didn't. I didn't get a chance to play. I mostly JV football and freshman football and stuff like that. But yeah, my senior year when I was on the varsity team, yeah, we only won a couple games. Yeah, it was kind of a miserable season.
It's interesting though. You must have done well because that's how I knew you.
Yeah.
Being a football player.
Yeah, we had fun. Regardless of the record, I think everybody had fun. Everybody worked hard. I don't think the record always kind of reflects the outlook of the season. I think everybody still had a really good senior year.
Yeah, that's good. Who were some of the guys that played with you?
We had Brad Kittle was our quarterback, and Jamal Jones. He has his son as a senior right now playing for the Millville football team. So I get to see him basically at all the games too. So Eric Alzen, I think he was the guy that texted in. He was our tight end and kicker and everything. So he was an outstanding player too. Jason, the assistant principal over at the senior high.
Oh, sure, Jason Durham.
Not Jason Durham. He was one of the coaches. But I can't. I'm completely blanking on his last name right now. Forgive me, Jason. But he was on our team too, and we had a really nice group of guys that played. It was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah. Well, it's great that you enjoyed all that opportunity. We're talking with Dr. David Aderholdt, who is a very fine physician in the city of Millville and a Millville guy. He grew up at 4th and D Street, right?
Yep, 4th and D. Parents are still there.
Anyway, we'll be back to talk more with Dave right after these messages.
New Jersey Motorsports Park. Experience the adrenaline rush of go-karting on our challenging tracks, with arrive and drive sessions, available for all skill levels. Looking for something even more daring? Try your hand at axe throwing, and see if you can hit the bullseye. After a day of excitement, relax at the Finish Line Pub Restaurant, and enjoy delicious food and drinks. Group experiences are also available, So bring your friends and family. For an unforgettable adventure, visit njmp.com to learn more and book your experience today.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
We're all looking for God. All the signs point to, there is really a God. We try to find him in all kinds of ways, in all kinds of places, and through all kinds of things. But there's only one way to find him. That's by personal experience with him. Come visit us this Sunday. We can introduce you to him. New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
Welcome back to Around South Jersey. Jim Quinn along with Dr. David Aderholdt. And we were just talking during the commercial break. This young man has something coming up tomorrow night. Tell everybody what's going on tomorrow.
Yes, 10th year wedding anniversary tomorrow night. So I'm going to be missing the mainland game with Millville. So
That's a good.
I would love to be there. It's just I like marriage better than football.
Yeah. What's your wife's first name?
Samantha.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
nice. Well, congratulations.
Yes, I appreciate it.
That is a wonderful thing. Now, she's from Millville, too. right?
Yep, she's from Millville too. Yep.
Where did you meet, in high school?
Yep, we met in high school. Yeah, we met in high school. I had one of the high school buddies on the football team actually ask her out for me. I was that shy guy in high school, but I think I was a junior and she was a sophomore in high school, so I already had my license. So I think the only reason that she gave me a chance is because I had a car to be able to drive. So after that, we've been best buddies since then.
That's nice. That's fantastic. Glad. And she's working with you.
Yeah. So Sam was working with Inspiris, and she's kind of right in between jobs right now. But she'll be back on the, she'll probably be back right in primary care again here soon.
That's good. That's really makes it nice, that you have that tie and the closeness.
Oh, yeah.
To do the things you need to do. So, I guess going down the road, your future is what you're doing now.
Yeah.
Yes, you love what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Yeah, I don't plan to stop. I always tell Sam, I'm like, I don't think I'm ever going to retire from doing this. I really, to be honest with you, again, my dad, he worked in the industrial park all those years, and again, just being from a blue collar family, to be honest with you, I feel blessed to just like what you do, sit down and just talk with people. I get to sit down and talk with people 8 hours a day. I mean, there's no better job in life than that. So, I really love.
And you help them.
Yes, and I help them. I feel like maybe I do about 10% of medicine and 90% of talking with people.
Oh, but people like that.
Yes.
Psychologically too.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not just all physical.
So I really love what I do. I don't think I could see myself doing anything differently. And like I said, I'm never going to retire. I'll probably die in the booster seat, sitting there in the office seeing somebody.
Well, hopefully that's another 60 or 70 years ago.
Hopefully.
I had Elvis Presley's son Michael on last night with me. He's 69. He looks great. I was telling Dave before we went on the show, and he wants to live to be 126. I don't know why I picked that date. I said, okay, that'll be nice, but we are seeing people living longer, I guess because of the medicine. And,
Yeah, medicine, just, trying to do healthier lifestyles
Yeah.
too, I think that's
Yeah.
really, people are being cognizant of that.
Well, I tell you, because of Dr. Atia, I can't eat pasta, I can't eat rice, I can't eat red meats, I don't like them anyway. So I don't know, Dave, if you've ever been here, I go to Wildflowers, the vegan restaurant.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And actually, my 2 meals a day are one of the peanut butter bars, usually from Wildflower, and a Atkins protein bar. And then I have dinner. And whatever dinner I get, this is funny. When I go to dinner, go to the Marshall Diner, Queen Diner, places like that, I say to them, tell the chef to put half of it on the plate and the other half in the takeout, because luckily I can only eat half, so it makes it really work out nice for me. And again, that's thank God that Dr. Tia,
Yeah.
I just think the world of him.
Wildfire, they got some nice food over there too. Yeah, I enjoy, whenever we get takeout from over there, I always enjoy it. I always
Yeah.
they have some type of like buffalo chicken, vegan type of meal
Yeah.
that's wrapped up in like a coconut wrap. The thing is to die for. It's really, really good.
Isn't it though? And usually
Really
the
good.
chicken is a mushroom.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying, Eric, what is this? This is so good. Well, it's a certain kind of mushroom, I said, wow.
Yeah.
In fact, I had soup and a wrap there the other day, and Eric does very well. Like I say, I love his peanut butter bar. It's like a protein bar. And, I get 10 of them a week, and I have one a day, at least for 7 days. And then, the Atkins type protein bar.
Yeah, yeah.
And I guess the key is both of them have about 20 grams of protein. So I think, Dave, if it's right, you should have about 60 grams of protein.
Yeah. Heavy with the protein. Go as much as you want with the protein. Just
Yeah.
try to stay away from those carbs, like the
Yeah.
pasta and
Yeah.
the breads and everything like that.
Which you can't have anyway. That helps.
Yep.
Yeah, when I can eat like a sweet potato, but I don't put anything on it, just eat it plain. But normally I'll get 2 vegetables, salad, and fish or something like that. They're my favorites. But I got to get Dave to take his lovely wife down to the Hotel Charlesworth, where the food is fabulous, the entertainment is great, and at the end, he'll give your wife a ring. He brings out trays of rings. But another thing, talking about restaurants, Millville, since Winfield's closed, we really don't have
Yeah.
a real good restaurant. I got to tell you, this place is very good.
Yep.
The Finish Line Pub, food is excellent. I had to hear, Joe Pepitone and I were here a couple weeks ago, had a strawberry walnut shrimp salad. It was only $15, and it had like 6 shrimp. Really, really good. I enjoyed it immensely. And so it's another place. I know it's weird because, well, how do you get there? You got to go to the, it's check-in, the security, and all that stuff. But it's worked out. The food is well worth the time to come here. Another thing, Dave, that's been so wonderful. I got a lot of flack when I was the mayor bringing in the motorsports park, because we had to give them an abatement and all that stuff to get them here. Well, everybody does that. Of course, I took flack from it. Well, what was interesting was, to their credit, I don't know if you've seen these buildings they're building. They're called the exotic car garages. They're selling for $380,000 a piece. They are on their 7th building. Millions of dollars worth of ratables for the city. No abatements or anything. It's millions of dollars of ratables for the city. No kids in school, no crime. You can't beat this deal that they're bringing to you. Plus, they bring visitors in from all over south this region anyway and stuff like that. So they've been a blessing, except if you live close by, then the noise. That's why you're in Pittsburgh. You don't want to hear the noise. Anyway, we're talking with Dr. David Aderholdt, and we'll be back to talk with Doc right after these messages.
New Jersey Motorsports Park. Experience the adrenaline rush of go-karting on our challenging tracks, with arrive and drive sessions, available for all skill levels. Looking for something even more daring? Try your hand at axe throwing, and see if you can hit the bullseye. After a day of excitement, relax at the Finish Line Pub Restaurant, and enjoy delicious food and drinks. Group experiences are also available, so bring your friends and family. For an unforgettable adventure, visit NJMP.com to learn more and book your experience today.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, We give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community. Local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
We're all looking for God. All the signs point to, there is really a God. We try to find him in all kinds of ways, in all kinds of places, and through all kinds of things. But there's only one way to find him. That's by personal experience with him. Come visit us this Sunday. We can introduce you to him. New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
Welcome back to Inside Track, and my special guest is one of the most popular doctors in the city of Millville, Dave Aderholdt, who grew up here and went to Silver Run School, then the junior high, then the senior high, played football, played baseball, and I'll tell you, I remember Dave from the football games, and I mean, you know, you talk about, you were, I guess, the brains of the outfit, because I remember you, you know, that was a good thing to be able to do. So, and the other thing, folks, I got to tell you, Jeff, if you're watching, I know that Dave and his son would love to meet Mike Trump. So let's get that together sometime. Huh? Put that together. This is a funny story about Mike. 1997, there were 5 J's that got elected. I was the mayor. Jeff Trout was second to me, Jimmy Parent, Joe Durrell, and John Hollingshead. And Mikey was 5 years old. So I remember him coming up to me, and he goes, "Mr. Mayor, when I get to be a big man, I want to be the mayor too." So when I say him, I remind him of that. He goes, "No, Jim, no, I wouldn't want that job." And you don't want that job either. No, not with the professions you guys have. But it's got to be fantastic, rewarding for you to be totally sold out for your opportunities for people to see you, and to, like you said, 90% of the time, it's interacting with the people.
Oh, yeah.
The 10% is giving them the diagnosis, is what they need to be able to do. Now, do you, I guess, on certain things that they have a heart problem, do you refer them to?
Yeah, we have some of our preferred, docs that we really like, that that we've kind of formed relationships with throughout the years, and we have our go-to people, but everybody has who they like, right? And just because I have somebody that I like doesn't mean that you're going to like that doctor either, So it's really about the patient. It's really about who you like, who you feel most comfortable with. That's why I tell everybody, as far as a surgeon, I have patients come back to me all the time. They say, "Well, this surgeon wants to do this on me." I say, "Listen, if you don't trust who's going to cut you, like why are you going to let them do that?" So it's one of those things that you always got to trust the hands that you're in.
Yeah, and that, you're right. That's a good point, because as I say, I have 5 doctors, and I love it to you, and he's so good to me, and that's my surgeon. He's done the gallbladder, and he's done, of course, the sleeve surgery for me that really helped me lose a lot of weight. And it's interesting too. You talk about food, and I mean, obviously, looking at you, I'm sure you eat a lot of good food. Do you have anything, ice cream or cake? Or
yeah, anything? I honestly, I tell everybody too. It's like you can't go through life eating cardboard. You're allowed to cheat every once in a while. You don't live life miserable.
You know what I found? It's funny. Yasso popsicles. Yasso has protein in them. It's a yogurt, I guess.
Yeah.
My God, I love them. And they're 80 calories to up to 140. And the 141 has got the chocolate on the outside, and the vanilla yogurt inside. So, I mean, there are options. Even with pasta, I can't eat the pasta, it won't go down, but I can eat garbanzo pasta.
Yeah.
So if I want to get that, in fact, a friend of mine makes me mac and cheese through garbanzo noodles. So, and that, the good thing about that is garbanzo is protein.
Yep.
So you're not eating carb, you're getting protein out of it as well. And I guess, do you have a nutritionist that you send people to?
Yeah, I mean, Inspira has plenty of nutritionists, dietitians. So, I mean, again, with family practice, you're taking care of a lot of people that have diabetes and, high blood pressure, cholesterol issues. So, all those patients, I mean, dietary changes is always a, cornerstone of treating a lot of that stuff. So, when anybody's struggling, they're like, a lot of times patients come in, they just kind of beside themselves. They're like, Doc, I think I'm eating the right thing. I think I'm doing the right thing, but I'm just stuck with where I'm at. So, dietitians come in handy with a lot of these patients. So,
yeah, I mean, I had a shop break would actually give me their dietitian once a month, and we would talk about, and and I know, folks, the outer rim of the rest of the shop rights, places to go because you got the fruits and all the good things that are there.
Yep.
The processed foods, which people think cause cancer, they're the ones down the middle aisles that are all over the place. So, try to
try to stay out of the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, shop around the outer perimeter.
Yeah, that's true. So during one of the commercial breaks, we were talking about you traveling with a family. Tell everybody what you do.
Yeah, so we're big Disney people. So we always love going down to Disney World and down to Florida, a few times a year. And it's, COVID definitely put a hamper on some of that, when the kids were young. But again, having a 7-year-old and 9-year-old, basically our travel, we're not going to Italy, we're not going to overseas with a lot of things with a 7 and 9-year-old. So it's usually Disney World or bust. So I do get a little jealous of the patients that come in and say, man, I'm taking my couple-week trip down to Italy or somewhere else. I get jealous with that stuff, but I get jealous with that. But we do enjoy going down to Disney and just the look on the kids' face. I mean, it's worth every penny of it.
It is, isn't it? I was telling Dave, we used to do that with my kids when we were about his kids' ages. And it was just fabulous. I mean, what a great place. Kids love it. We liked it ourselves. And, do you like Epcot?
Yeah, we love Epcot. We love
too.
going around Epcot. That's my wife's favorite place to go.
Mine
So
too.
we always have to pick up Epcot whenever we go down there.
Yeah, and of course, where the kids like the Magic Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
And then they have the what's the third one?
So they have Animal Kingdom down there, and they have Hollywood Studios.
That's it, Hollywood Studios.
So they have all that stuff built up now. Star Wars Land and Toy Story Land and all the lands. It's really cool how they kind of immerse your, all the people in it.
Yeah, it's a fabulous place to go, and if you can go, that's wonderful. Get your children, and it's a great family vacation. The kids love it, and as a mom and dad, you'll love it too. And I'm sure it's getting expensive though, Dave.
Yeah, it does get expensive. Yeah, Disney World is not cheap. So, like I said, I just feel blessed to be in the position that I am to be able to take the kids down, and have a good vacation.
Now, do you drive or do you fly?
We fly. We did drive last year. I actually did left that Friday night at 5 o'clock and got there Saturday morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I did do the drive once. I actually didn't mind doing the drive, through night.
I've done it that way too.
Yep.
Did the drive.
Yeah.
Do you know Steve Saul by any chance?
No.
He was principal at Holly Heights School.
Okay.
Oh gosh, you're only 41. He's like 16 years older than you. But anyway, he and my son Gary, I'm very proud of. He's vice president of NBC Sports.
Oh, very nice.
So the two of them and Bob Smith, I don't know if you knew Mr. Smith, teacher at the high school, just phenomenal guy, great personality. So the four of us did a road trip. So I'm driving, and we'll stop and get gas. So Steve or my son or Bob said, "You want me to take over?" "Nah, I'll get it. Well, by the time I wanted somebody to take over, they were all asleep. So I drove all 1,200 or whatever
all the way through.
miles through. Yeah. But it is in Florida. Well, have you been to spring training?
No, I haven't gone down to spring training at all yet. I like to get down to do that down Clearwater, right?
Yes, right.
And it would be nice to get down there at some point too.
In fact, there's a place called Lenny's. It's sort of like the Jim's Lunch at Clearwater. Players go there. And my daughter, when she lived there, got to be friendly with the owner of Lenny's. So when we go to the spring training games, he gives us seats in his suite.
Oh, that's
which
cool.
is really nice, And I got to thank TD Bank, Rob Curley, ever deal with TD Bank?
No.
Who do you deal with?
PNC is our
Okay,
bank.
I don't know that. Well, anyway, my cousin Rob Curley is president of TD Bank, and I want to thank him. He invited me and 3 of my friends to the TD Bank suite at Citizens Bank Park. And I was telling Dave, I've had Hall of Fame tickets for every year. It's been over 21 years now. And you know what, David? I'm old-fashioned, and all the tickets are on your phone now.
Oh, yeah.
So I make them print tickets for me. It costs me $80, but people look and they go, "Oh my God, you have a paper ticket?" I said, "Yeah, I do." Although, it's nice to have the app. Everything's on the app, right?
Yep, everything's always on an app now. Yep, Phillies tickets, Eagles tickets, they're all on an app.
Now you go to Eagles games.
Yes, I go to Eagles games. I was blessed. So just last year, one of my patients actually passed away and actually willed me his season
Oh, my
tickets for
God.
the Eagles.
See, that's how much people love you.
Something just absolutely blessed
Oh, that's fantastic.
by that, and I've gone to every single game
Wow.
since then. Gone to every game. We
Yeah.
actually sit opposite of Mike Trout.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I sit right at the visitor tunnel. So we always have an awesome time. Awesome time.
Yeah, and they're doing really well.
Oh yeah,
That's right. This week they played Kansas City again.
Kansas City. Yeah, they're down in Kansas City
And
this
I
week.
love they beat Dallas because I don't like Dallas.
Yeah, that was an awesome experience going to that game. You know, they had the championship banner
That's
coming
right,
out,
Thursday, yeah.
and showing it right in front of all the Dallas fans. It was pretty exciting.
That's right. Works out really well.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, pal? I really thank you for coming in, and thanks for all you do for the people of the city of Millville. I know what a great doctor you are.
Yeah.
All I hear from all my friends, they love you, and it's really an honor for me to be able to meet you. And I wish you the best. And if there's anything I can do for you, come on over. You want your own TV show? You bring the kids. You're more than welcome.
Much appreciated. Thank you for having me on.
My pleasure, Dave. Thank you. Dr. David Aderholdt has been our guest here on the Inside Track. And of course, Reverend Myers' handsome grandson, Ryan Narowski, has produced the show as he does all the time for us. And I thank Ryan for that. And don't forget this weekend, Millville Mainland Football, Friday night. And Ryan will be producing that from Mainland Regional High School. Let's hope Millville gets on the winning track for sure. So for Dave Aderholdt, and I'm Jim Quinn, thanks for joining us. Have a good night. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC. Programming that serves the South Jersey market.